My name is David Greene. I'm a real estate investor and I live in the Bay Area of Northern California. I own rental properties. I flip houses. I'm a commercial investor. I co-host the Bigger Pockets podcast. I'm the author of Buy, Rehab, Rent, Refinance, Repeat, the BRRRR book. And like you, I was once a newbie to real estate. So let's talk about what BRRRR is before we get into it. It's an acronym, all right? BRRRR stands for Buy, Rehab, Rent, Refinance, Repeat. And this is the order of operations when we're buying a property. So first you buy a house, then you rehab it to make it worth more. Then you find a tenant and rent it out to them to get cash flow. Then you refinance the property when it's worth more than what you paid for it to get a lot of your capital back out. Then you take that capital and buy another property to repeat the process. So why do experienced investors like me love BRRRR? Well, first off, it's a low or a no money down strategy. Now, you will still need money to buy the property, but if you do this well, you will leave only a little bit of your money or get all of it out of the deal. You will also increase your return on investment. And that's because you're leaving such a small amount of money in the property, but you're still getting cash flow that the ROI and the money that you leave in there is astronomically high. You will get the most out of your capital. So your money's going to be working hard for you, just like you had to work hard to make that money. You'll increase the velocity and the efficiency of your investing, which means you'll buy more properties and you will buy them better than if you were not doing BRRRR. And you will supercharge your wealth. You will get wealth faster, still using sound fundamentals of real estate investing. And here's some of the potential cons of BRRRR. Well, first off, you're usually going to use a short-term loan to buy the property. This could be a hard money loan. It could be private money. Then there's the problem that you may have a low appraisal after the rehab. So you plan to spend, say, $50,000 for the rehab and it becomes $75,000. That can mess up your numbers. There's a seasoning period, right? Traditionally, it's been 6 months for conventional financing. Now, for some, it's up to 12 months. So it can be hard to refinance that property until you've waited a period of time. There are two potential closing costs. So you may have closing costs when you first buy it, as well as closing costs when you rehab it. That's an added expense. And then the rehab itself is stressful. It can involve pulling permits. It can involve talking to a contractor. It can usually go over the timeline. Rehabs are notorious for being headaches. And when you're buying fixer-upper properties, that's a part of what you're buying. BRRRR has propelled many, including myself, towards financial freedom. And I believe that anyone here can do the same.
BRRRR is an effective investing strategy to help you achieve infinite returns in real estate. And I'd encourage you to grab a copy of David Greene's book to learn more. But what I think a lot of real estate investors don't understand or appreciate are the tax advantages of this strategy. These include two main areas: tax elimination and tax deferral. The first tax elimination strategy is the depreciation tax deductions that you unlock from your rental property. As opposed to simply preparing a fix and flip, you rehabbing and preparing that for market, you get to take a deduction against your income in that first year. The second tax elimination strategy is a cost segregation study to further accelerate that depreciation. This is especially important considering the rehab that you've just completed and the deductions that you'll have available to you. The second aspect of this cost segregation study is that it allows you not only to cash out from that refinance in the first year, but also to then unlock additional tax savings against your other income, which increases the cash on hand that you have to be able to go and reinvest that money in additional real estate investments. The third tax elimination strategy is the tax-deductible interest that you're going to incur through the original hard money loan potentially that you took out, and also the refinance, both fees and interest. The fourth tax elimination strategy is that you're going to be able to now permanently lower your tax classification to capital gains instead of ordinary income plus the self-employment taxes that regular fix and flippers or property developers incur. Switching to tax deferral, the first tax deferral strategy is that you won't have any tax due on the forced appreciation value that you've accomplished through that rehab. So though your net worth is increased, you don't pay any tax on that increased wealth. The second tax deferral strategy is that you won't have any tax due on the refinance proceeds and the cash withdrawal. The final tax deferral strategy is more of a long-term strategy here, in that you've now unlocked the potential for a 1031 exchange to defer your capital gains on the sale of this property in the future, to roll that over into additional and future real estate investments. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to learn more, build wealth, and save on taxes.